Hey guys, Carl Z, Mr. Wrong. I just got done editing up a little video for UFC Mexico City. I feel like this card is going to be heavily overshadowed by UFC 205. I think there's some really great fights on this card. I think there's even some really great sleepers on this card. That being said, let's get into my picks.
To start off the night, we have Enrique Barzola versus Chris Avila. Enrique is a good fighter with an equal number of decisions, KOs, and subs. Chris is a Cesar Gracie fighter with 3 of his 5 wins coming from KO. I'm going with Chris Alvey for the second round KO. Marco Polo Reyes versus Jason Novelli. Jason Novelli is coming off a loss and a draw, and he better start off the first round like a man on fire because Marco Polo likes to put a lot of pressure on his opponents. Marco Polo in the first round via KO. Sam Alvey versus Alex Nicholson. Alex Nicholson is an incredibly tough fighter with 6 KOs, but he's going against Sam Alvey. And Smilin' Sam is just an awesome dude and an all-around great fighter. Smilin' Sam with not only a second round KO, but an after-fight speech that'll blow your mind. Enrique Bayones versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Enrique is a great all-around fighter with an impressive 50% of his wins coming from KO, with 8 KOs and 6 submissions. Douglas has even more KOs, with 18 at 78% of his victories. This has the makings of a stand-up war. Douglas in the first round via KO. Eric Montano versus Max Griffin. Max Griffin is so much a stand-up fighter that he has 0 takedowns, but still has 2 submission wins to his credit. Eric has good striking accuracy and decent takedowns. I think this is going to be a sleeper fight. I have Eric Montano with a second round KO. Guido Canetti versus Marco Beltran. Guido has 3 subs and 3 KOs and a lot of heart. Marco has 2 KOs and 4 subs and a lot more hype behind him. I look for Marco to set up a submission in the second round. Eric Perez versus Felipe Arantes. Eric versus Felipe is an impressive fight. 2 up-and-comers with something to prove. Eric being more of a ground fighter and Felipe having an advantage on his feet. I look for Felipe to set up a KO in the second round. Alexa Grasso versus Heather Clark. Alexa Grasso is undefeated, making her USA debut. Heather Clark was in the Tough House and has shown herself to be a competitor, but I don't think she can stand against the Mexican. Alexa Grasso, second round KO. Beneil Dariush versus Rashid Magomedov. Dariush has had a couple big name wins, but with his loss to Michael Chiesa, he needs this win to keep him up in the rankings. Rashid is an all-around great fighter, but tends to headhunt. I'm going with Dariush in the second round via submission. Ricardo Lamas versus Charles Oliveira. Ricardo and Charles are 2 great fighters. Ricardo is a stand-up fighter who likes to throw lots of hard punches. Charles has lost 2 of his last 3 fights, but they are losses to some of the best in the 145 division. I'm going to have to go with Charles Oliveira via second round submission. Diego Sanchez versus Marcin Held. Sanchez is on a bit of a rough patch. He hasn't put 2 wins together since 2011. That being said, he's been involved in some epic wars. Held is making his UFC debut in his very good ground game. He needs to survive the flurry of Sanchez to win. Held for the third round submission. Alright, for the main event of the evening, we have Rafael dos Anjos versus Tony Ferguson. Rafael is an amazing athlete, a former champion, who had a stunning loss to Eddie Alvarez. Ferguson is a winner of the Tough House. I am very happy to see the step up in competition for him. Tony Ferguson, third round KO. Alright, so those are my picks, and editing this video up was actually a really big bear, so if you could leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. If you could leave a comment telling me who you think is going to win the main event or co-main event, I think that'd be really awesome. If you could give me a subscribe, I'll be making more fitness videos and UFC related things as they come up. We got 7 weeks of UFC coming up, so I'm really looking forward to trying to get a video out every Monday, just in my predictions and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I got the first one done, and hopefully we can keep the ball rolling on this. Have a good day.